All right, so to remind you all where we were, the state of Florida concluded their case yesterday. We stayed a little bit after to work, and so now I turn to the defense. Mr. Dreiser, do you choose to open a case?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
The defense would call Petra Obitzberger.
Okay. Outside, all the way?
I was told that she's in the side room.
Okay. Good morning. If you please raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay, right over here, make sure that you watch your step. Here's the slight incline. All right. Mr. Dreiser, you may proceed.
Good morning.
Morning.
Would you please introduce yourself to the jury?
I'm Petra Obitzberger.
Okay. And would you tell them where you work?
I work at the Discovery School in Jacksonville Beach.
Okay. And when did you start at the Discovery School?
I started on July 1st in 2021.
Okay. Who was the first couple to introduce themselves to you at the Discovery School?
It was Shanna and Mario.
So you did have an opportunity to meet them?
Yes.
And that was at the Discovery School?
Yes.
Okay. Fair to say that the Bridegan children were enrolled from the time that you started until the fall of 2022 when they moved to Washington State?
Yes.
Okay. And while you were there, did you learn that their father was murdered?
Yes.
Okay. And who let you know that?
I can't remember who let me know that. I don't recall that.
Okay. But somehow you were...
Oh, that he was murdered. Shanna let us know of the passing.
Okay.
But
Miss Gardner?
Yes, Miss Gardner. But we were not informed that he was murdered.
Okay. And before you were informed of the fact that Mr. Bridegan had passed and all the media and all the things that happened at the school, did you know that they were getting divorced?
Shanna shared with the school, with teachers and myself personally before the murder, that Mario was moving out.
Okay. And is that something that the Discovery School encourages parents to share so that you guys, will you tell me, is that something they encourage parents to share?
Yes. Any change in the family, any change in the home is encouraged to share, yes.
And can you just say why that would be something you would want to know?
To understand, the children's situation, and if anything changes in their behavior, we are aware of it, and we really, really want a parent partnership. And that's why we want parents to let us know if there is a change in the home.
And when you were informed of this information, did they tell you that they were separating right away, or were they delaying the separation process?
So before the murder, Shanna said that they are separating and Mario is moving out during spring break. But after the murder, Shanna let us know that because the children have just lost their father, that is delayed and is not going to happen until the summer.
Okay. And what were your observations of Mr. Fernandez and Miss Gardner from the time that you could observe them while you were at the Discovery School and they were parents at the Discovery School?
They were caring parents. They were friendly. They lived right next to the school. When they came over for Carline, it was greeting and friendliness, appropriate parent communication.
Do you ever think there was anything unusual about them?
No.
Okay. And did you ever get an opportunity to meet Jared Bridegan?
I did not.
Okay. I have no further questions.
All right, thank you. Cross-examination.
Good morning, Ms. Orbitz.
Good morning.
So the Discovery School, that is directly behind Mr. Fernandez and Ms. Gardner's home, correct?
Correct.
And in the Discovery School, your property takes up that whole corner of 15th and Shetter Avenue, correct?
Correct.
Behind the school, is there a gravel parking lot?
Yes, towards the retirement home.
Okay. I want to ask you about, you mentioned that you were advised by Ms. Gardner that Jared Bridegan had passed, but she did not tell you he had been murdered.
Correct. We received an email the night of, from Thursday to Friday, that let us know that the children's father had passed and they wouldn't come to school.
Okay, and she used the word passed. She didn't
Correct.
mention that it was a
Correct.
criminal investigation.
It was passed, yes.
And I'm sure that a lot of people at the school were talking about the case. At some point, did the media release a photograph of a vehicle of interest that you're aware of?
I can't recall that.
You mentioned that you were advised that Mr. Fernandez and Ms. Gardner would be separating. Are you aware that they are still legally married today?
No, but I hadn't looked into that either.
Thank you. Your Honor, I have no further questions for the witness.
All right, thank you. Any follow-up?
On a Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, any particular Wednesday night,
Okay.
not necessarily the night of the homicide, if something suspicious was going on, do people report information to the school if they think that something is suspicious or the children could be in danger or anything?
Often,
That happens often?
parents are, they care for their children, so every time they see suspicious activity, they have reported it to the school, they have reported it to police. I'm not saying always.
Does the community seem to care about the safety of the children of the Discovery
Absolutely.
School? Do you believe that the Jacks Beach community, especially the folks living around the Discovery School, care about the Discovery School?
Absolutely.
Okay, so my last question is, do you have any recollection of anybody reporting any suspicious activity or trucks parked at the Discovery School the evening of the homicide?
No, nobody reported anything.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Anything further for this witness? Okay, may she be excused?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Call your next witness.
Lauren Meredith. Lauren Meredith.
Lauren Meredith, please. All right, good morning. If you could walk all the way forward, please. All right, please raise your right hand and be sworn in.
Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, when you get near the witness stand, just watch your step. There's a slight incline, all right? Make yourself comfortable. Pull yourself up to the microphone. Okay. You may proceed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you please introduce yourself to the jury?
I'm Lauren Meredith.
Okay. And back in the years of prior to 2022 and 2022, where did you work?
I was a teacher at the Discovery School.
Okay, and what was your position at the time?
I was a lower elementary lead teacher,
Okay, and who were your students in 2022?
A, B, and LB.
Okay. Can you just tell the jury very briefly a little bit about the Montessori school, or excuse me, about the Discovery School?
The Discovery School has toddler through 8th grade. We're a small independent private school towards Jacks Beach.
Okay. And in 2021, 2022, you were LB and AB's teacher, or at least a co-teacher?
Yes.
Okay, were you familiar with the children?
Yes, very, very much so.
And at some point while the children were enrolled, did you ever get an opportunity to meet Jared Bridegan?
I did.
Okay, and how would you characterize your interactions with Mr. Bridegan?
It was open house, which is typically intended to be a very exciting time. So it was a little bit surprising, my interaction with him. He was a little bit almost condescending. I didn't have a lot of context for the situation at the time, so I was surprised.
Okay. Did he appear to love that the children were enrolled at that school?
He didn't. He asked what was so special about the Discovery School. It just kind of came off as a negative undertone.
Okay. Did you have any interactions with Kirsten Bridegan?
I did.
Okay. And pleasant interactions?
Always.
At some point in time, excuse me, may I have a moment, Your Honor? Sorry about that. Prior to the homicide of Jared Bridegan, were you informed that Miss Gardner and Mr. Fernandez were separating?
Yes, they had come back from a Hawaii trip and let us know that they were planning to separate.
Okay, and is that something that's unusual that parents would tell you that?
No.
Okay, would you expect and want to know that information?
Yes, it impacts the children and their well-being, how they experience school.
Okay. After the homicide, do you believe that because of the media attention, LB and AB were affected?
Yes, because of the proximity to their home, they really couldn't escape it.
What measures did the school have to take to protect the children?
We blocked certain search terms on the computers. We made sure that the students knew that we were available to them. We brought in a grief counselor. Eventually, we ended up putting up fences around the outside to protect against media and unwanted attention.
And was there interactions with Kirsten Bridegan? Did she contact you, or did you have to contact her, excuse me, regarding some information that you became aware of? Can you tell the jury about that?
Yeah, there was a Justice for Jared Instagram page. It was pretty vocal about wanting to make sure that Jared wasn't forgotten and that the case didn't go cold. And at times there could be some pretty inflammatory comments on there. At one point I saw
Without telling us what was on there, because I would be here to say,
Okay.
you felt that there were inflammatory comments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and did you want...
She's saying,
I'm
Could
sorry?
you clarify? Yes or no?
Were there inflammatory comments on there?
Yes.
Okay, and did that cause you to reach out to Ms. Bridegan?
Yes.
Okay, and did you want her to tone it down for the children?
I asked her to remove a post and she did.
Do you believe that the children were happy at the Discovery School prior to the homicide?
They were very happy.
Any reason to believe that they would be disenrolled in that school?
No.
Would Mr. Fernandez participate in activities for the children? And we'll tell the jury how Mr. Fernandez would participate at the school with the children.
He was present for most events. He also came to pick up the children. He was there for parent-teacher conferences, things like that.
Okay. And prior to knowing that Miss Gardner and Mr. Fernandez were going to be divorcing, did you learn that they were in couples counseling?
Yes.
Can you describe Miss Gardner and the children on their last day of school when you learned that they were disenrolling and moving to Washington State?
They were sobbing. They were really sad to leave. They had made a lot of friends, and this was their home community, so they were sad.
Did Mr. Fernandez and Miss Gardner have a memorial service for Jared Bridegan?
They did.
Did you attend that?
I did. It was mostly put on by the children, and so it was really a show of community for them, an opportunity for them to say goodbye to their father.
Okay. Did you feel it was a nice service?
It was. The children read letters to their dad. We went out and released flowers into the ocean, came back, had kind of a little interaction where kids played together, and it was just very pleasant.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Cross? Thank you.
Is it fair to say, Ms. Meredith, that what you just shared with us is your opinion?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that your opinion is not necessarily based on all the facts?
Yes.
Were you aware of the fact that Mr. Bridegan lived a significant distance from your school?
At the time of open house, no, I wasn't. All we had been made aware of was that they had been divorced and that they didn't really get along.
And Ms. Gardner made you aware of that?
Yes.
Ms. Gardner told you that they had child custody issues, correct?
Yes.
And that they were significant, correct?
Yes.
You weren't aware of any discussions in this family about the fact that the school was private/expensive, correct?
Correct.
And that Mr. Bridegan was living 40 miles away, correct? In many cases, you would like for the child to be close to both parents. Is that fair?
Of course. Yes, they can be more involved.
The opinion that you had that said that he was like condescending, he might have just had a real difficult drive on I-95 for the hour it would take to come up to see his children at their school.
For sure. As we got more context, it made sense more.
When you learn those additional facts.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And Mrs. Bridegan was always a pleasure.
Yes, she was right next to the school. She often brought cookies over for the teachers. She was very actively involved.
That's Mrs. Gardner.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yes, Miss Bridegan was also very pleasant. We only really exchanged words in car line, and it was always very pleasant.
And certainly it didn't take very long for Mr. Fernandez to have no part in these children's lives, correct?
Correct.
It was basically right after the murder, he was gone. Fair?
Yeah, as soon as they started to separate, he no longer did anything with the children.
Anything?
Anything.
And it wasn't long after that that Shanna Gardner pulled her children out of school and moved them to Washington.
Yes.
The night, February 16th, you saw a post.
Yes.
And within that post, who did you see?
Shanna Gardner and AB doing gymnastics at home.
And is it like an Instagram type deal?
Like a Facebook story, so would be up for 24 hours. They had several posts about, they did that all the time. They were working on new skills. AB would come in and show her new skills. She was very proud of her gymnastics.
So this would have been shortly after they were dropped off from their date night with their father.
Yes.
And did you see Mario Fernandez in that video?
I did not.
That's all the questions I have, you.
Mr. Dreiser?
Do I understand that you would see posts like that with Ms. Gardner and her daughter doing gymnastics often?
Yes.
Did you ever see Mr. Fernandez in those videos?
I did not.
No further questions.
Anything further for this witness from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. You're excused.
Defense rests, Your Honor.
All right, let me see the lawyers at sidebar, just without the court reporter.
Hold this, please. James, can you do it? My hands are stiff.
All right, please raise your right hand, Mr. Fernandez.
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
All right, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, so your attorneys this morning called two witnesses to the witness, no. There's two. Yes, two witnesses to the witness stand. And at sidebar, they informed me that you did not wish to testify. Is that true?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so this conversation between me and you, I am, like I said at the very beginning of these proceedings, I'm going to check in with you at critical stages to make sure, because even though your attorneys announced rest, that does not mean that the case cannot be reopened. The case can continue and certain things can happen. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So before I confirm, at least in my mind, that you are deciding not to testify freely and voluntarily, I'm going to explain some things to you. At any point in time, generally speaking, it's rude to interrupt a judge, but I want you to interrupt me, okay? If you don't understand something that I say, or if you need time to talk to your lawyers, I will give you whatever time that you need to make sure that you are 100% understanding and in agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's the foundation of our conversation with one another. So you can stop me, you can interrupt me, you can ask questions of me, or you can even ask questions of your attorney. You understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to start with the foundation of this entire proceeding, which is the state of Florida has brought these charges against you, and you are presumed innocent of those charges. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And there is only one party in this entire proceeding that has a burden of proof, and that is the state of Florida. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, your attorneys have indicated to me that you want to remain silent, which is 100% your right. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
But in a criminal trial, you have choices, and the choice that has been made, even though you did, that is your attorneys call witnesses to the witness stand, that doesn't shift some type of burden to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's still on the state of Florida, but your testimony is something that you can choose to offer. That decision is yours. It's not your lawyer's. It's no one's except for yours. I can't pierce it. No one can pierce that right to remain silent. So your choice either to remain silent or to testify is fully yours. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you talked to your lawyers about whether you wanted to testify in this trial or not?
I have.
Okay. So those conversations, they're private, they're protected, but it's important that I explain to you whatever those conversations may be, and I don't need to know what they are, and I never would ask, which is you understand your decision-making in that process. That is, you can talk about it. They can tell you about their trial experience, which that is what you hired them for. They are very experienced lawyers. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So they can give you their advice. They can give you their guidance. They can answer all of your questions. But what they can't do is make the decision for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know why that is?
Because ultimately it's up to me.
It is up to you. Why is it up to you?
I'm giving them my, I don't know how to explain it, but they're the ones that are more or less doing this for me for what I don't understand.
Right. So those are the questions. That's the consultation. But why is it solely up to you? It's because it's your life.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? That's it. It's your life. It's your trial. And so that is, I think when I put it like that, it puts everything into focus. Does that make sense? Because they can't make those decisions because it's not their life. It's not their trial. They're working for you, but they aren't you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I asked you if you had the time. Do you need more time to talk to them about your decision?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So they've told me that you don't want to testify. Let me go on the flip side of that, which is if you testified, sometimes the decision to offer information to a jury to weigh just like any other witness, that is the instruction I would give if you were called to the witness stand. So did you look at the jury instructions at all?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So there's one of the instructions called weighing the evidence. There are 5 factors given for any witness. Did they have the opportunity to see and know the things about which they testified? Were they honest and straightforward in answering the attorney's questions? Does their testimony agree with the other testimony and other evidence in the case? And then there are other factors in there, like do they have some interest in how the case should be decided? And one of the optional ones that happens if you testify is that I would tell the jury to treat you just like any other witnesses. Witnesses don't have burdens of proof. Witnesses, their credibility is weighed just like any other witness and any other evidence. They would weigh your testimony. Do you understand that? Without placing a burden on you. So in that, by not testifying, you're giving up the right to have the jury consider what information you would choose to give, and it doesn't have to be a formal defense. I know your lawyers filed some notice of alibi, but it doesn't have to be a formal defense. It could just be any information. Have you weighed that too?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, other witnesses, I think none of them have, except for that one proffer guy, the Mr. Ponder, who was in the jail. Do you remember him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you remember that Mr. Mizrahi was starting to ask him questions about his record? Do you remember that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that is also a factor that I do not believe exists for him. Is that true? Okay. So he doesn't have any impeachables. That's what we would call that. Remember Mr. Mizrahi was like, oh, you've got like however many felony convictions. You remember that? And your lawyer was talking about his convictions. Do you remember all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That doesn't exist for you. So that could be a possible negative for not testifying. You would agree with me, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
But that doesn't exist for you. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you weighed that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, what are the foundational things I've just gone over with you? Which is, you're presumed innocent, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Do you have a burden of proof?
I don't, Your Honor.
Who makes the decision about whether you testify or not?
I do.
Have you made it?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is it?
I don't need to get on the chair, Your Honor.
Okay. So what does that mean?
I don't need to testify. I don't need to prove anything. Ultimately, the jury doesn't get to ask me questions, so
I want to know what you want. Do you want to testify or not? Yes or no?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Has anyone threatened you to get you to make this decision?
No, Your Honor.
Promised you anything?
No, Your Honor.
And you understand this whole process?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is your decision and yours alone?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you for answering my questions. I'll find that his waiver or his right to he wants to maintain his right to remain silent. The court finds that that's both freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entered. And so a couple more questions. The witnesses that your attorneys have presented, are you in agreement with them resting in case and not calling any further witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm in agreement.
Okay. Anything else from Mr. Dreiser at all?
I just want to clarify that when you asked him, do you remember Mr. Ponder, you were asking him from when he testified in court, not from the jail, correct?
What? Yeah, in court, when Mr. Mizrahi was asking him the questions.
I just want to make sure that's what you were asking.
Okay. Yeah, no, like when he was asking him about
Sure.
his felony convictions
Understood.
in the jail. Like, not in the jail, but he was asking him about his convictions. You understand that, not whether you're associated with that person or not, whether you saw him come take the witness stand and have to answer questions about his criminal record. That's unlike any other witness that has ever testified in this case. I don't think anyone's been impeached with felony convictions except for maybe Mr. Biggerstaff, right? I think he has one.
He had one felony conviction.
Okay, so there are two, Mr. Biggerstaff and Mr. Ponder, Mr. Ponder stuck out in my mind because he had more, but.
A lot more.
All right, Mr. Dreiser. So that's what I'm trying to say. Do you understand, like, that was unusual in this particular case? All right. Thank you for clarifying. Anything else? All right. Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. All right, so where do we go from here?
Charge conference, Your Honor.
Charge conference. And if the state believes they could close this morning, I believe the defense and Mr. Mizrahi could close this afternoon. If that's not the case, we could just do the charge conference, take a lunch, Ms. Stifler can close, and we'll come back tomorrow. It's the court's preference, and the state's, collaboratively, whatever everyone wants to do.
Did y'all get the instructions? I need to know how long you think the conference would take.
15 minutes.
Are they pretty close?
I think so. I think
Yes.
we're in agreement with most.
I think so.
I got it.
All right, so I'm not going to bring the jury back out. I'm going to let the jury know that so if we start at 10,
I have to go back to the office and get my laptop and some things set up.
all right, so we'll Can somebody stay with me so we can go over these instructions? You can go back and do what you need to do.
Mr. Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, the defense would renew all previously made objections, filed motions, as well as our motions for judgment of acquittal, and will rely on all previous arguments.
All right, thank you. I keep interrupting you from doing that, Mr. Hill. I'm sorry. All right. Does the state want to be heard any further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will maintain its ruling on its denial of the defense motion for judgment of acquittal. All right, so we are going to go off the record so that I can have a conversation with the attorneys. I'm going to join the Zoom. Mr. Holman, if you would, it's 9:40, so if you would let the jurors know that I'm going to bring them back out at 10 a.m., okay? Court's in recess. I'm going to work with the lawyers over the recess on the instructions. So all I do is I need to join Zoom.